Hey, welcome back to the Happy Truckers channel. My name is Mike, and today I am doing a little bit more work on the 4runner. I've got a trip coming up, and one of the problems I have noticed every time I'm on the trail is I've got two pieces of technology that are always flying around the cabin, and that is my phone and my iPad. I haven't 100% fixed the iPad problem yet. We'll see what I end up doing with that. But the phone is another issue. Now, it will lay in the cup holder and will sort of lay in this little slot that I don't even know what it is that's attached to the sort of passenger side cup holder, but it still bounces everywhere. I can't really see it. And I've been looking for a solution. I saw a guy from about 3 years ago do a video on this, and I thought, that actually solves the problem pretty well. So yeah, today that is the plan, and we will see how it goes. See, a lot of people put this metal thing that connects here and goes over and comes down, and they have all these mount areas. That's fine. I just don't really love that look. I might end up doing it because it's kind of the perfect space. I just don't like the way it looks. Again, there's another company that uses just this little recess, and his is the smoothest and cleanest, and quite frankly, I think it looks like it probably came from the factory. The problem is he's a very small manufacturer, and he is always sold out. And I've got a trip coming up, and I just don't want to wait. So I'm going to utilize this little spot. Now, this is a change place, but I don't ever carry money at all. So the likelihood of me putting coins in there is slim to zero. I don't go through tolls at all anymore. So there's just no reason for me to have change in there. I wouldn't like it there even if I did. But it's a nice flat spot that I can put the RAM mount, and then the arm will come up here, and I can hook my phone up to it. That's the plan. So we will see. So you can see I've got the RAM mount ball. This is the 1-inch ball, very standard, and it's got two places I can hook it, and I'm going to put it right there, like that. And then again, I've got the arm, and I'll show that later, but you can see it fits in there pretty perfectly. It has to go a little bit of an angle, but it fits in really well. Now, that means I've got to take all this off and drill holes for the mount and put a screw on the underside to hold it. Now, again, I've seen one video. If that's done more than that, I just haven't seen it, but I'm going to try it. It looks like it'll work. If it doesn't work as well as I hope, then I haven't really lost anything. But now I got to take all this stuff off. Now, you just pull this up. Every time I do any of this stuff, it freaks me out. I just know I'm going to break it, even though I've watched like a dozen videos. But you literally just kind of pull this up. You squeeze it and pull it. I've already broken it loose because I couldn't do it with the phone in my hand for the video. But you just pull this up, and then I'm going to do all four corners. I figure that's less stressful. Again, I probably can't do this with one hand. But it's just hooked in. There are no screws, and then ultimately there are some switches down here that underneath I've just got to unplug them. Again, they're all quick disconnects, so it should be no problem. I've taken off the two knobs, and that should be it. Okay, so one thing I found is this piece is actually a separate piece, but as you see, if you can see with the camera, right here is a solid sort of extra layer that goes under the coin piece. You see it lays like that. So the screws, I think I need to drill through this piece as well. And I can feel it is just a piece of plastic. There's nothing major there. So I'm going to put this back together when I take it off, but I'm going to drill through both pieces. That'll actually give me some stability. And my only concern is, are my screws long enough? Okay, so you see I've got it completely taken apart. That is the quick connect right there, right here, that connected those two switches or three switches, whatever it was. Very simple. Not a whole lot to it. Again, these are just little clips here that hold it in. No screws. It just came apart quite nicely. Okay, so again, I'm going to drill two drill holes here, one there and one there at diagonal. And it's going to have to go through, I don't know if you can pick it up in the video very well, but this is the actual top piece, but this is connected to the whole console. And it has these little fins that add structural support, but we will see if they get in the way of the actual screws. Okay, so I've drilled the holes, and you can see it's going to fit right like that. So far so good. And underneath, I actually haven't even looked at this yet. Flip. All right, so that one is pretty close to that fin there. This one's fine. That one's going to be the possible problem. So I might need to move that one over just a bit because I don't think I'll be able to get the nut on the other end of it. Okay, so ultimately I did have to eat a little bit of this. Let me see if I can get a better angle. I just took some basic clippers. Where are they? Some basic clippers is what I had in the truck, and just snipped out a little bit of this wall here, this little fin, so that I could get the nut on there. This side was fine. There was no problem here, but this side I just had to cut it out and trim it just a little bit with a razor blade. But that's it. I don't think I'm worried about any sort of a change holder structural integrity. So I think that little bit isn't going to cause any problems. But now you see it is on there. Yeah, that's on there really well. All right, so don't forget to hook up your switches. These go to my what is it? Oh, my seat heater and the rear window. So you got to hook those up. Other than that, you're just going to put this right back on the same way it came off. Okay, so I wasn't able to do it one-handed, but it's in place now, and you just push down. I'm going to do all four corners. Like everything else, you just got to hit it a little harder. And then put my my knobs back on, so we'll do that. So let's see here what I do. If I turn the car on, there's my Toyota symbol. There's my wife and I. Everything seems to be working here. And yeah, okay, as you can see that they're lit up. Yeah, so everything seems to work fine. I've got the tailgate open, so I don't think that works when it's open, but nonetheless, obviously the power's on, so that's good. Okay, so this is essentially what I was going for. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to use this, but you see that it's in park. So I've got this arm, and it's attached to the ram mount, as you can see. So it's just a ball mount. You have this arm, and then it is attached to this sort of universal phone mount. I've got to tighten everything up and get the exact position I want. But I wanted to also make sure that I could obviously put it into park and get a drink. Now this is a large drink from Firehouse Subs. And it works. I mean, it's a little awkward, but again, I just didn't want to put it all up here. Not against you guys that do, I kind of like that clean look. So yeah, I'm going to tighten everything up and see. I don't have another phone with me to put it in here. Maybe I'll get a shot with my wife's phone so you can get a sense of what it looks like. But yeah, I think this is going to work. I think because of this big switch, I'm going to have to put this in neutral and do the switch to tighten it up. But nonetheless, it's all the way in park. It's not in the middle of everything. Obviously, my shifter for four-wheel drive is out of the way. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Okay, I realized I had my old phone in the console that I occasionally plug in just for the music that's on it. And you can see it works pretty well. You can see it's bolted in down there as we saw. We have an arm, and then there's this universal phone holder. And everything fits. I mean, it's obviously in park. I'm stopped. It fits pretty well. I can get to my drink. It's a little awkward, but I can certainly do it. But more importantly, I have my phone here, or I would have my phone here. I could have my Google Maps or anything else that I don't have on this 2017. It's out of the way. It's not going to hit my knee. As you can see, I'm not a huge guy, but I mean, I'm 5'10" or so. So this is about the normal space that I need. It fits well. Yeah. It's exactly what I needed. Hey, I hope you really liked that video. Let me know if you have any questions on how to put this together. I'll put a link in the description to all the Amazon parts that I used. They're very simple to source, so you won't have any problem there. I'll also go back in about a month and let you know how this performed on my trip to the Grand Canyon and to Sedona. So in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you ring the bell so that you get notified every time I drop a new video. In the meantime, keep on trekking.